What up, guys? It's your boy Day, and today I'm going to be taking you through the best Manchester United 11 of my time. Now, bear in mind, I'm only 17 at the time of making this video, so yeah, don't judge. But let's get into it. Now, I chose Van der Sar in goal because he was just amazing. His positioning was great, and he just did a solid job. I didn't choose Schmeichel because I was born in 1999. Schmeichel left us in 1999. Although, had I been alive and he'd been playing during the time of me being alive, I would have definitely picked him as my number one. I also didn't pick De Gea because, he's a great keeper and he will be amazing. And if I do this in the future, he could possibly be replacing Schmeichel and Van der Sar. So you never know. Now, I've gone for right back Gary Neville. At right back because he was just amazing. He was a great captain, a great fullback. He just played like 110% every game. He always wanted it. He was so hungry, and he was pretty decent going forward, but he was just quite the defender and quite a captain. Centre back duo, I've gone with Rio Ferdinand and Nemanja Vidic because that was the centre back partnership that was dominant throughout my life so far and what I've seen. Both really great defenders. Vidic was absolutely a brick wall, captain for quite a few years. Ferdinand was vice captain for quite a few years. Ferdinand was a great ball playing centre back, and he was just amazing. Vidic was amazing, and that partnership was just absolutely just fearful to look at as a forward. And now the left back, I'm gonna go with Patrice Evra, mainly because no other left back in my lifetime touched him. I don't believe. He was great going forward. He was great going back. He was a great vice captain for a couple years. He was just solid. He was quick, and he was just a great player. Phil Neville was decent. He was solid, but Patrice Evra was just one of those dynamic fullbacks. Moving on to the midfield, I went with my two holding midfielders being Scholes and Keane. Now, I think Scholes speaks for itself in just the fact that he was just amazing. He's 10th place as Manchester United's top goal scorers from playing as a midfielder. But I mean, he played forward early in his career, but predominantly he played as a central midfielder, and he was just amazing. His range of passing, and just he was a great player, and he was very just, I don't know a word, but he was just great to watch and just brilliant, And we went with Roy Keane next to him because Roy Keane was also just a great captain for many years, and he was just absolutely disgusting and just a freaking terror. He was lovely. He was what we need in the midfield at the current time. What we need right now, I think, to hold it down, and maybe play Pogba on the left of him and Herrera on the right. But either way, Roy Keane was just a dirty player, and I loved watching. I love watching highlight clips of him, and just amazing. Now on the right, I've gone for Ronaldo, which is very controversial over David Beckham. And there is literally only one reason I chose Ronaldo over David Beckham, and that is strictly his pace. If David Beckham was as fast as Ronaldo, he would be one of the greatest players in the history of. He'd probably be the best midfielder of all time. I don't. That was a bit overstated. Maybe the best right mid of all time. Actually, he is. Sorry, but you get what I'm saying. It would put him higher in the rankings of what he is. He would just be. It would have been fearful for defenders to play against him. But also, yeah, Ronaldo is a great aerial threat. He's fast, like I said, his dribbling is impeccable. But that's the only reason I put him in over David Beckham. On the left, no one else is touching Ryan Giggs. No one else is coming within an inch of the legend that is Ryan Giggs. So don't even bother questioning that decision. Um, but yeah, Ryan Giggs, what a legend, club legend. Record appearances for the club, longest serving player, servant of the club. He's just amazing. You know, tearing people down on that wing. No one can touch him. No one, not even just no one. But yeah, that wraps it up for the midfield. And now let's move on to the forwards that I've chosen. Now, I've gone with Wayne Rooney, and I've played a 4-2-3-1. I've gone with Wayne Rooney, and I don't see any reason anyone. I just think Wayne Rooney is a shoo-in in this team. He's, in my opinion, easily slotted into the best Manchester United 11 ever. If not as a center attacking mid, he's definitely not slotted in as a midfielder. He wouldn't even touch the central midfield. But as a forward, I've played him like kind of playing off of Van Nistelrooy. That's how I would like to play it. Like how he played off of Van Persie and how he played off of Berbatov and Tevez and everyone else. But yeah, I'm going to play him just off of Van Nistelrooy because Rooney was just absolute quality at his prime, and he was just unstoppable when he was in the mood, when he was in form. You couldn't stop him. And up top, I've gone with the talisman that is Van Nistelrooy because he, on his day, was just unbeatable. His touch, his clinicality, he was just a great finisher. And I've gone with him over the likes of Van Persie because Van Persie was here for 3 seasons, but you know, I don't feel like he just wasn't all there for me. But it was very close. 2 Dutch forwards who were very much, wouldn't say very much the same, but very good players, and I've gone with Van Nistelrooy. So this is the final piece of the puzzle for my all-time 11 in the my history being a Manchester United fan. But yeah, there are also some honorable mentions because this team, we had some players that definitely could make it into this team in the future, and players that should be in this team maybe. In your opinion, I don't know what you think. I've gone with De Gea over Schmeichel because, like I said, Schmeichel didn't play in my lifetime. I've gone with the back line of Valencia only because there's no other right back, in my opinion, in my lifetime. Rafael was very decent. But when I put Valencia there, I think of right mid Valencia, but I just put him at right back because that's where he plays now. But Valencia in his prime was just, he was a great player, and he was just like in his mood he was unstoppable as well, and quick as ever. At one point, the fastest player in the world. So for me, that's enough to get him in. But like I said, I'm putting him in as a right mid, playing right back, stating his prime, not playing him as a right back, because as a right back he wouldn't even touch this team. So yeah. Central defense, O'Shea and Smalling. O'Shea was a great servant to the club, played multiple positions, central defender, right back, central mid even at times, and he was just quality. Chris Smalling, quality now. He's the best centre back at the club right now, and in the future he will probably be England's best centre back. I think he is England's best centre back, to be honest, when he plays well. I've gone with Phil Neville at left back. He, much like O'Shea, was a great servant to the club, and he was cheeky. He did quite a few step overs on that left full back position, and he makes it into the team because he was a great player and he did well in the quite a span of games he played for the club. I've gone with Fletcher and Carrick because that was a trusty duo for many years, but I don't think it touches Scholes and Keane. Carrick is a great player, and he did things that you didn't see coming. He stopped things that you didn't see coming. Fletcher was just solid as well, and he was very intricate in the team that made it to the Champions League final but lost to Barcelona. He was a very intricate piece of the puzzle, but he lost that final that he didn't play in. And yeah, he was good. I put Beckham and Nani in. I don't think there's any other left midfielder that could push Nani on the team. I don't think there's any right midfielder. If I put Beckham in under Ronaldo, there's no one under those two that could even touch my team. Left mid, like I said, Nani. Don't think there's anyone else. I mean, you could argue Ji-sung Park, but Nani was my favorite player for Manchester United at the time of being at the club. And I've put Berbatov and Van Persie up front because they were my favorite players, and not my favorite players, but they were a couple of my favorite players. Both of them had the touch of it was amazing. Van Persie was a great finisher and just untouchable at times. Berbatov also untouchable at times. These two players are just out of this world, and they both left their two pretty big London clubs to come to Manchester United to win the Premier League, and they both did that. So what does that tell you? Great club, amazing club. That is my Manchester United 11. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you disagree or agree with my decisions. Leave a like, subscribe. It's been your boy Dave. This has been Footy Talk. Please like, subscribe, and